Mark 1:37. When they found him, they said, "Everyone is looking for you." What are you looking for? Freud said that humans are pleasure-seeking, pain-avoiding animals. We're looking for happiness, for peace, for love, and for connection with others. Everything we do because we think it will add to our happiness in some way. We avoid what will cause us pain unless there is a future delayed good involved. This is human nature. I think each of us have a Jesus-shaped hole in our hearts. We are looking for and expecting unconditional love. We are looking for unconditional positive regard from others. No matter what we do, we still want to be loved. We are looking for meaning in our lives. We are looking for mercy. We are looking to be loved even though we are imperfect. In each human interaction, people are looking for Jesus, for mercy. St. Augustine famously said, "Our hearts are restless until they rest in you, O God." Our hearts are restless until we find the spirituality that works for us. For the underground church, it's the spirituality of Jesus. We're supposed to love others the way we would want to be loved, which is unconditionally. We are supposed to offer mercy. When we grow up, we're often taught that when we accomplish something good, we will be rewarded. Reward and punishment are powerful ideologies that work to preserve the social order. But we serve a God who is mercy itself. In college, we studied the definition of goodness as defined by St. Thomas Aquinas. It was this horrible Tuesday, Thursday class right after lunch. I was always falling asleep. But when I was awake, I learned some cool philosophical concepts. I'll share a few with you. Goodness is that which adheres to its nature. For example, a good teacher would be a teacher who teaches well. They are good because they are serving their function and adhering to their nature. Aquinas defined nature as a tendency towards something. A deciduous tree has a tendency towards shedding its leaves in autumn. It is in the nature of a deciduous tree to shed its leaves. I found these definitions from Aquinas very neat, true, and helpful. God is good. God is mercy. God is truth. Many of us search the world looking for happiness. We seek it in money or power or in romance. But the secret to happiness is in the Son of God, Jesus Christ, and his upside down kingdom. In this kingdom, the last are first, and the first are last. It makes no sense. Mercy makes no sense. But it's because God's love is absurd. Justice is giving to others what is due to them. Justice is good. But one of the spiritual works of mercy is to bear wrongs patiently. We can give it, we can give mercy to others. We can absorb the hurts from others. That way, the hurt is contained. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. But there certainly are situations that call for court intervention, but those are rare. I've taken a couple of road trips in the past week. It's made me think about narcissistic drivers. Let's be real, most of them drive a truck and like to tailgate. There are times where people cut us off or won't let us over or ride our bumpers. It's easy to spot a narcissistic driver. They think the road belongs to them only. They feel entitled to all space and any space on the road. They decide the speed limit. Above all, narcissistic drivers want everyone to stay out of their way so that they can get to their destination as fast as possible. Something that I find very entertaining is giving narcissistic drivers whatever they want as soon as they want it. I can almost feel their pang of guilt. It changes the dynamic of the whole situation. I like to let people who are driving aggressively to pass me, if they give me a hand gesture, I like to wave, blow a kiss, or give them a thumbs down. This is turning the other cheek. My mother always joked about which cheek Jesus asked us to turn, but she doesn't listen to my sermons, so that's safe to say. Turning the other cheek is the way of nonviolent resistance. Another story is in April of last year, this Karen was yelling at me at Universal. I was waiting at platform 9 3/4. She thought I cut in front of her. I had politely asked her husband if I could pass because I was a single rider. He had said, yes, of course. This Karen had missed the interaction, and when she saw me in front of her group, she lost her mind. I totally ignored her. Most people had no idea who she was even yelling at. Some of the other women who appeared to be in her party started to heckle me too. It went on for about 3 or 4 minutes. I totally ignored them, like it wasn't even happening. They made a total fool of themselves. This Karen's husband said after a few minutes, all right, it's over. It happened. You were upset. Now it's over. When I reflected back on the situation, I saw the way of nonviolent resistance, the way of Jesus. It's a powerful message. It is the message of mercy. It is the message that absorbs violence or aggression. It is grace, undeserved goodness, and it is absurd. There's another story that comes to mind. I think about this one time when I was about 10. My family was in Florida on a vacation at Disney. We stopped at McDonald's. I remember the toy in the Happy Meal was a Pokemon. I wanted to see my brother's toy, but he wouldn't show me. Then I threw a tantrum. This one boy who was sitting with his family walked over to me and gave me his toy, the same one my brother wouldn't show me. I was so touched by his kindness. I deserved to have been disciplined for acting badly in public, but I was shown mercy instead. It melted my heart. I was offered grace, undeserved goodness, and I still remember it 23 years later. Turning the other cheek is an act of undeserved goodness. That is what mercy is too, undeserved goodness. People are searching for Jesus, the God of mercy and grace, the God of undeserved goodness, of nonviolent resistance, of small acts of kindness. This week, let's give people what they're looking for: Jesus, who is good and who is the God of all creation and the God of absurdity. Let us offer to others Jesus, even though people are undeserving. Mark 1:37. When they found him, they said, everyone is looking for you.